"14 Reasons The Big Bang Theory is just a terrible, terrible show." The most popular sitcom in America is not very good. Here's why. Stereotypes. Early on in the show's run, it relied too much on stereotypes. Blonde girls are stupid and pretty. Scientists are socially awkward nerds. Clearly the world isn't this cut and dried, but it is in The Big Bang Theory. Inaccurate portrayal of nerd culture. It's one thing to be a sitcom making light of it, but the writing comes across as people unfamiliar with nerd culture trying to appeal to those who are not a part of it. Bad jokes. Have you ever watched an episode of the show without the laugh track? It's cringe-worthy, intensified, just like the writing on this show. Formulaic. There's nothing innovative about this show. Not that they have to reinvent the wheel or anything, but The Big Bang Theory is working with material that's already been chewed up and spat out multiple times. Cruel portrayal of nerd culture. Worse than simply getting nerdy stuff wrong, this show at times tries to make an example of how socially inept these nerds can be. Mocking portrayals? Sheldon, one of the show's main characters, is portrayed as so out of touch and socially incompetent that many people speculate that he is written as a person with Asperger's syndrome, a mild form of autism. Gender separation. This show relies heavily on the idea that nerds never see or talk to girls, which ignores the fact that many nerds are girls. The idea that being interested in Star Trek science and comic books is for guys is harmful and outdated. Old school values. Most younger people like a more surreal and less predictable type of humor than is seen on this show. It appeals to the lowest common denominator. This is a popular show, but popularity is not a sign of quality. In fact, in this case, the popularity points to the lazy dime-a-dozen jokes the writers rely on. Laugh track. There's something about a laugh track that just makes everything seem fake and unfunny. It fumbles the premise. The idea of a show about scientists is actually pretty interesting. Unfortunately, the details of the premise aren't really that important to the plot. Clichés everywhere. The idea that anyone who's interested in Star Trek would be a virgin nerd who lives with his, always his, never her, mommy is a boring cliché. Caricatures, not characters. None of the characters on this show are portrayed with any depth. A dumb show about smart people. The bottom line is that this show is a wasted opportunity. It relies on dumb, lazy writing, but seems to want to appeal to smart people with its characters.